In today's session, we're going to run AI visibility and how you can maximize your LLMs for that. As you know, there are several tools out there to do AI visibility, but that requires that you sign up on other platforms. And I'm not saying that those are better or worse than ours. I'm just saying that what we have been trying to build here at Mytelescope is that you don't have to leave your favorite LLM. Our favorite LLM at the moment is Claude, so most of my presentation will be around that, but I will try to be as practical as I can so that you guys can do this on your own after you've seen this. We help AIs to become marketing experts, because what we've seen, even ourselves, most of us sitting in Claude, GPT, Perplexity, Gemini. I think Gemini just launched MCPs actually, which is really fun. They are not experts. I mean, they are trained on what they are trained. So it's kind of our job to make sure that systems works the best way possible. And also as a marketeer, your job is maybe the fun part is maybe not the posting part or cleaning data. The fun part is to be thinking creative. What you do is basically delivered via an MCP into Claude or through a connector to GPT or other sources as well. What Mytelescope is based on is, which you might think, yeah, but this is not AI visibility. No, but just hear me out. The basics of Mytelescope is trying to understand what the market is interested in. What are people interested in? Because if you know what people are interested in, it's going to become easier to actually try to become the answer. Because then you can start to understand what are the demand points, what are the demand trends that people are actually interested in. And then you can start trying to build packaging or communication or pricing to fit that need. So we get those signals from everything from Google search all the way to what people are searching for in Perplexity. And we have created like an expert, like a workflow for every situation. So you have the brand marketing, more performance marketing and ad buying, market research, growth thinking, content strategy, and like what we're talking about today, that's going to be AI visibility. And none of these comes in actual real order, because if we would have thought about the real order, we would have always start with the market research. That's kind of the fundamentals of marketing. To the topic of today then, we are in what they call zero-click search world. I think it's our friends at SparkToro, they call it a zero-click marketing. But what's happening is that there's a new influencer in town, and its name is AI. And you're meeting this person as AI summaries in GPTs, I think even in Facebook. I mean, they are everywhere. And basically their role is to give you an answer. Your role as a marketer is like, okay, I want to become the answer, but how do I also become the answer that this AI recommends? So basically word of mouth. Things that have changed everything is, of course, that we see less and less traffic coming through the clicks. And this is data from SparkToro's and Datos. The answer that AI gives you is one answer and not 10 blue links. So what you need to do is think about, how do I become that answer, and what are the tactics to get there, and what tools can I use, and how can I use my LLM to get there? First of all, I want to be clear. I don't know, at least, and haven't really heard that anybody really knows exactly how AI decides to cite. But what we can assume is that relevance is the baseline. So if your content does not answer the questions being asked, nothing else matters. We also have seen that third-party mentions carry more weight than your own site. With that said, it doesn't mean that your site is not important. It just means that you need to think about how you are being, like digital PR, etc. Also, of course, you have to have clear, structured, citable content. It performs better than just when you're talking about fluff. I mean, you really have to be good at answering a question. Being present on the platforms AI pulls from will matter. And I think, and once again, I think that where they pull from will change over time, depending on the deals that they strike with different publishers. How we are working and how we recommend people to work is that when you're trying to understand how you're being cited in an AI, you don't want to sit inventing names, because you won't, or prompts, because you don't actually know then what people are asking or searching for. The idea and how we recommend you to use, and that's why we at Mytelescope think it's so exciting. You have what people are searching and asking for around a topic. That will give you ideas that you can then use in your prompting to see if you are visible at those type of searches and questions. So it gives you a very good way to inspire your AI visibility tracking. There's 4 reasons why we think it really matters. Of course, one is that you can understand type of language people are using. You can ground your AI prompt in reality when you're testing and the visibility. Also, by knowing what people are actually interested in, not only what you think they would want, or you'd like, I want to be known for this. Yeah, but consumers maybe don't care. And the other thing is, of course, that if you get what people are searching for and you use those searches and queries into your prompts, you might see that there are blue oceans there. The methodology when using Claude or GPT or Copilot for this type of work, we have created 5 phases. And we're also going to show you how to connect this, of course, into your Claude. So the skill we've created will have these phases. One is the strategic brief, which is ground zero. What do you want to be known for? What is the question you want to answer? The other one, it will pull real signals to answer baseline questions around your positioning so that you can use that later on to test the prompting. Then your AI that you have connected to Mytelescope will run an AI visibility audit. And that will will go into those, run the prompts and queries through Perplexity, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and Claude. And that will then give you a structured overview and an action plan. And that will then be saved as a live dashboard that you can then have to track depending on the cadence that you want it to do for you. So there are 3 layers. The MCP connector that connects Mytelescope to Claude. And there we have a lot of tools that can return real demand data from the different platforms that then is used for the AI visibility search. And then you have the skill file that you have to upload so that it actually runs in the right way. And of course, this rule, right? The data before strategy. Like, try first to get the demand and understand the insights so that what they are really interested in, and then start tracking, then start building the plans. So in the end, I think the skill file is becoming kind of what is the brain. So you have the connector with the access to the information, but then you have the skill file that will tell Claude, or the instructions that will tell GPT or Copilot, etc., on what to pull first and what to never skip. So the steps before I move in and show you a live, like a real live version. If you are on Claude, you go to Mytelescope, you click on the MCP URL, you go to Customize, and you paste in the URL, you press Connect, and you upload the skill, and you're ready to start asking. And the question that I recommend you start using is, I want to use Mytelescope AI skill for testing the AI visibility for brand X. In GPT or Copilot, in GPT, you have to turn it to dev mode, and then you get the MCP server and paste the skill as instructions into the system prompt and start moving. And on Microsoft Copilot, you have to have access to Copilot Studio, and there you can put up the connector, and you can take the skill text as a context in your Copilot configuration. So what I'll show you now are 4 steps that we have done in Claude running this for one sports brand and then for Mytelescope. But first is the brand audit, the category gap, the opportunities, and the competitor citations. So I'll start sharing this screen here. Yeah, here you can see I have several visibility tests that I have done. So in this case here, I've done it for a sports brand, a sports retailer in Sweden called Stadium. And I've asked it to use Mytelescope AI visibility tool. And it does with the briefing. It starts asking me, what is the brand? Is this what you mean? What is the website? Also the target audience, because that's going to help me to kind of figure out what type of prompts to test. What is a single-minded idea? What is the problem I'm trying to solve? What is my value proposition? And of course, competitors. I gave it the answers. It confirms that it understood me. And now it started to collect data. and the AI search, and it now produced the a dashboard basically here in Claude where there is the demand. You see that the family framing is weak. I mean, I don't know if they want to be positioned that this. It's just me making it up. And then, of course, you will see what type of queries it asked and if they are cited, yes or no. So green is like they have good citation and they are, you're getting answers, how strong they are in the different sources, and the gaps to be closed. So here I can basically start asking the AI about more and like, okay, what are the citations from where, etc., etc. And I also got like, what should I do? The single most important for could do is publish a dedicated family sports buying site on stadium.se structured with clear, so it's giving me ideas on what to do. And here's another example for us with Mytelescope, which I'm a bit, of course, embarrassed about because we're not as good. But the same thing, the briefing, the market I'm going for, how I'm performing, the demand for these type of tools, and what I'm cited and where, and my competitors, how they are turning up, and basically where I should turn up. So here it's telling me the 5 priorities I should do, and see G2 Capterra and online editorial mentions, third-party Surface Drive 6.4, more AI citations. So as you can see, it's fairly straightforward, and then I can ask it here to build me a content plan, for example, and it will start doing that. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you all have a great day.